First of 28 tonight is Nico Braswell in the red gloves. Following suit is Elisah Kamaunu in the blue. This amateur featherweight bout to kick off Fierce FC 30 is brought to you by Pat's Media, providing a top-tier broadcast for whatever you're looking to showcase. Pat's Media, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Kamaunu. Braswell.
Right off
quick
the
on
gate.
the entry. A big pop from the Maverick Center.
Quick work of Braswell right to the back, transitioning fast. With his wrestling background, this is what we would anticipate.
Kamaunu threw that slick kick to kick off things, though, Jason.
Yeah, great hard kick, and then Braswell went right to his bread and butter with the wrestling. Now he's on top. He's got great control, doing some heavy damage from the top, but Elisah doing a good job of staying composed from the bottom.
Kamaunu told me he did do a little bit of wrestling as a kid, nothing too extensive, certainly not that of a Division II collegiate wrestler as we see Braswell on top.
I like the aggressiveness from Braswell. He's not letting Elisah breathe on the bottom there. He's throwing shots, making him work from the bottom.
When Elisah, he's holding the head, so he's holding the position down, but he can't get out of this position that way. He's going to have to open up. It looks like he's trying to push the hips back.
Braswell.
He's not going to want to get hit a bunch that way.
Breaks through a couple of clear shots as he continues to scramble on top. Kamaunu looks to lock up an arm.
He's got Kamaunu has a little cut, I think, on him on the left side of his forehead.
Kamaunu's showing he's dangerous from the bottom there with that slick armbar attempt there.
Definitely woke up the crowd a bit. Also of note, Braswell right there in the corner of Dana Rissazabal and Agima, his home gym.
You know, you hear people talk about wrestling being the base of MMA, the base, and you're seeing that right now.
Especially at this stage, you know, a couple of guys having debuts, that wrestling.
Look at the aggressiveness from Braswell, and he's a tank too.
Yeah, he's he is built like a tank.
I'll keep my shirt off for this interview if he ends up winning, Eric.
We see the feet on the hips for Kamaunu, at least on one side, Eric. Just trying to get a couple frames in, it looks like.
Yeah, he's going to need to try to get his hips out from under him so he can try to escape.
Braswell getting his weapons to the target once again. Kamaunu locks up another arm, looks to be on the wrong side of it. 10 ticks to go, round one, in what has been all Braswell on top.
Braswell just relentlessly pressuring him.
Kamaunu still, I mean, he's throwing shots from the bottom. He's attempting submissions from the bottom.
Just start out real busy and stay low here.
We saw one significant strike out of Kamaunu to kick off the round, and then it was all Braswell in the wrestling exchanges. Top of round two as Braswell closes the distance, connects cleanly. Connecting, but down is Braswell now. Kamaunu connects.
I mean, this Kamaunu kid is...
Braswell back to his bread and butter as the Maverick Center pops for him.
Braswell looked a little surprised with that shot. Put him down, but he recovered fast.
And Braswell landed some good shots in that exchange as well, right before he got knocked down.
Yeah, he landed some really good shots against the cage.
Eric, good on him in the debut to be able to handle all that pressure very early on.
Absolutely. Like I said, big lights, big crowd. He's got a big following here. This crowd's really pro Braswell. So,
what a way to start off the night! Wow,
great fight.
More of the same of what we saw in round one. Kamaunu, a little bit of action from the bottom, but Braswell smothering.
And Kamaunu is searching for another armbar from the bottom.
He's trying to climb the ladder, and he's got his foot on the hip, but he's not trying to drive the hip back.
He looks a little tired now.
Braswell spent 3 years at Agima with Dana Rissazabal and company. Agima, the most active fight gym for the promotion last year. 25 fights for the gym out of Provo in 2023.
I would have liked to seen Elisah try to make an attempt to get up there. I know he's probably a little bit gassed here from being a little overwhelmed. Kimura attempt here.
A nice spot for Braswell to show some offense as he now chases the back, Eric.
Braswell's locking in, flattening him out. This is wrestling 101.
He cooked him in round one, and now he's going to take him out of the oven here, it looks like.
That was nice, Jason. Good job.
I worked on that all week, Blake.
Now, if it were me, I was Braswell, I'd be trying to pull that leg out, just go to full mount, finish this fight.
Looks like he's trying to isolate an arm from the top.
Yeah, no secret my strategy. I'm always trying to punch somebody.
More of the same, a little bit more action in the standing to kick off round two, but we will go to a third and final round for these two debuters. Top of a third and final round, Tyler Tomlinson, the third man in the cage for this one. He will have 7 assignments. This is the first of them. As Braswell right back in on another takedown. But Kamaunu able to get a reversal. Braswell right back outside and into side control, continues to scramble.
That transition from the single, went around the back, then tripped. That was very smooth.
He's not a beginner wrestler. This kid's got some experience.
Yeah, you can tell that's Division II.
Braswell beginning to tee off. Looks to be under the chin.
Back to flattening him out.
Not quite under the chin, just looks a little uncomfortable.
Eric, how uncomfortable is that when that does get flattened out? You're starting to take shots from the top.
A lot of it depends. So where his feet are hooked that way, it gets really hard to because you want to get your butt in the air. Oop.
Braswell has a tight submission.
That's a nasty.
That
I
looks
can't
like it
quite
hurts.
tell what he's got on there. Kimura, can't tell from this angle. Oh, that's nasty.
It's more of an Americana. Kamaunu surviving it well, though, and also wearing it well. We can see his face in the frame right there as Braswell retreats. Halfway through our third and final round in what has been all Braswell through 7.5 minutes.
You know, Kamaunu has done a great job staying in this fight. He's not giving up.
Framing on the face is Braswell as he looks to kickstart some more offense.
I'd like to see Braswell do just that, try to pass that leg and posture up. And
Braswell now in control of an arm and a head. Let's go of it, but still dominating the control. We're hearing from this corner of Kamaunu that he has got to get out and he has got to get a finish. No doubt about that, as we are less than a minute to go in this first fight of the evening.
at 40 seconds left, with that smothering pressure, it's going to be a tall order.
Braswell chases the back. He still wants the finish. He's under the chin. Unable to lock the hands. Kamaunu privy to it.
Great job of fighting the hands by Kamaunu.
Kamaunu needs to turn into him and get on top. Needs to try to face him.
Fierce fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, out of the red corner, Nicholas Braswell. Nico.